Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Man.
Let's light this candle.
It has been a year. If you're watching this on YouTube's, we got the Christmas tree in the corner, everybody. Look at that. That's shiny. Mitch is doing his Vanna White, showing it off and everything.
So pretty. I love Christmas.
Oh, yeah. And we also have a very special guest on the show. And we're very happy about that. Now, some of us have been bad. Well, let's face it. I think the majority of us sitting at this table have probably been on the naughty list for quite a bit. Yeah. So, anyway.
Born there.
You were born there? Well, let's find out and ask. I'll start it off and say, welcome to the NerdBrand podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Jason Davis. This is Mitch Gregory, and it's Jonathan Payne, and Mitch has brought his finger guns again. So, again, you can see that. So, but we want to welcome Santa.
Oh, Merry Christmas. How is everyone today?
And trying to be on our best behavior, sir.
I am so impressed. I am so impressed and so nervous right now because he knows all and sees all.
Yeah.
Omnipresent.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
I'm not going to. He knows, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
It was the Christmas tree incident. And your incident of 99, I've still got that one on the naughty list.
Yeah. I might be there for a while. I'm working on it a little bit. You know what? I can't even lie in front of him. Like, I can't do it.
Oh.
It's just look at him. I can't. So
He's looking right through you.
I know he is. It's like he's got those eyes and everything. It's like
Hey,
that twinkle's there.
He's called Saint. He's called Saint Nicholas for a reason.
Absolutely.
Matt, can you pull your mic just a little bit closer?
Sure.
So we are excited today to have Santa here at the podcast for this recording. We're also very excited and glad. As you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, we've got Christmas decorations out. We've got a tree. We have stockings. And, you know, it just kind of made sense, Santa, to have you here to kind of top it all off.
It's just in
You didn't mention my ugly Christmas sweatshirt / sweater.
Because okay, here's why. My eyeballs cannot, it's very digital like layout.
It's like cross stitched.
And I really can't read it. I've kind of gotten to the point, maybe I'm going colorblind or something.
Going?
Yeah, probably.
It's an 8-bit
Isn't that
sweater.
genetic?
It's an 8, thank you, Santa. It's an 8-bit sweater.
There you go.
So
It's actually a sweatshirt, which bothers me because it says sweater on it. But it's actually a sweatshirt.
It's not true to brand.
It's very true to brand because it's a parody device. Okay?
It's beautiful, Mitch, then.
Thank you.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Yeah. So there's a reason why this podcast, for those listening, it's titled Ho Ho Huh? Because you're going to look at this and, and listen and go like, what's going on? But this is actually our Christmas episode. So if you're listening to this, you're listening to it, you know, on I think, it's Friday's Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking to them, and Santa's
Yeah.
like right across from me. I'm just like, hey, when are you
He's
working?
busy.
It's my
He's
busy
busy
day.
that day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man,
Yeah.
I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I know I'll be listening to it on the sleigh.
Oh,
you go.
okay.
As I make my rounds.
Mm-hmm.
All
With
right.
his blow punked on, and his quad speakers and all that.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, maybe does the sleigh have Bluetooth now?
The sleigh does now have Bluetooth.
Awesome.
It's got a
Surround
new
sound.
Sonos system in it.
Oh,
so
man.
it's all good. Yeah.
You know, it's just this is the probably one of the strangest episodes I could have ever envisioned that we would do, but I'm glad it is with you.
That's right.
Well,
With
I
Santa.
know that Santa is glad to be here.
Yeah.
There are very few brands that have the equity
Uh-huh.
and the reach and the, all-inclusive in everybody's head kind of nature as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And
Global
he's a
scale.
global brand.
Yeah.
And now NerdBrand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
will not replace you with polar bears. Yes, I said it. I worked it in again.
It was a travesty.
Yeah.
I was very heartbroken when that
Yeah.
happened.
I think
do
they-
like the polar bears.
I think they put you back in some ads recently. So I think that's happened. Like the whole nostalgia thing, didn't they, Mitch?
I don't remember seeing Santa in
Oh.
any Coca-Cola ads.
He'll just call them out flat out. I'm just sitting here
You're
going,
holding a can.
I'm holding the can. Everybody watching this is like, Jason, we know that's a Coke can in your hand. Like, I know, but
You almost hit it.
yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
I think they went to the Bears, I would surmise, because of being a global brand and not everybody on the globe celebrates the Santa Claus version of Christmas. But polar bears are still in that kind of polar winter wonderland motif. So they wanted to stay in that kind of that realm without coming out and saying Christmas.
They didn't have to change everything on the set.
Exactly.
They had to get rid of the red man in the suit.
Exactly. Tell you what, Santa, can you move us? Bring those bears up here. Let's see how
The
they
vicious, ferocious bears.
I knew somebody was going to bring that up. I was like,
They're
yeah.
not nice, fuzzy creatures.
No, they're not.
No.
I was watching
Survivalists.
I was watching a Netflix show.
Bear Grylls shows up.
That's a whole different thing right there. I was
taking a
watching
turn.
I was watching a Netflix show, and they were kind of like cutting in behind the scenes stuff, and a polar bear kind of showed up because they were way up in Russia, up north somewhere, and they're like, "This isn't good. This thing's stalking us," because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Walk away slowly.
Yeah. So
Look at these seals. They have 2 legs. They're slow. They can't swim. They can't get away from me. Lunch.
and see, for those of you watching, if you have kids and they're watching this episode, which we know that's probably not going to happen, but I only say that because John's looking at me. He's like, "No, Jason, this is not going to."
Just do whatever you're gonna do.
Just do it.
If your kids are watching or listening to this podcast, I just have a question. What are you doing?
We have a question of parenting skills at this moment.
We brought Santa in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
mean, what else could there be? Like, I mean,
I am here to bring the Christmas joy. I am here to honor the season and to spread love and peace throughout the world.
There we go. See that, and that's what we're about. We're all about the love.
yeah. And see, we want to be very respectful of your time because we know you're very busy and you got to get back to the North Pole, and you're just like in the middle of your busiest time. So, but we thank you for coming and sitting with us and
Of course.
and meeting with us.
Always have time for the NerdBrand.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, are you suffering from any of the supply chain issues that everybody else is
But,
suffering through right now?
Thankfully, I have my own supply chain.
That's right.
And my elves have all of that taken care of. So between, basically the elves, all of the sources at the North Pole, and a little bit of magic.
Where do
We're
you
good.
where do you get more elves? I have to ask.
Again, if your kids are listening,
Thank you.
Yes, the population of elves takes care of themselves.
Gotcha. I don't know if it was some kind of magical,
oh, it's
They're-
magic, all right.
They're kind of like Arctic voles. They breed prolifically.
Yeah.
prolifically.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm just glad it wasn't me this time that went there. Because my next question was like, how do you feel about Amazon? Are they competition?
That's a good question. Do I see Amazon as competition? I like to work in partnership with Amazon.
There you go.
And if that's what makes it easier for the parents, then so be it. But
Mhm.
I still prefer the good old fashioned method. Snail mail, put it in, get it to me, get me your list. I'll get it out and taken care of.
Mhm.
It's amazing how that is still efficient.
Thank you, U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not us, not our country. It's other countries too. That
And it's magic. I mean, I have like 169 million square miles to take care of.
Wow.
It's a lot to take care of.
Yeah. At least you update. You update your gear. You update your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
You keep pace. But
Yeah.
there's some traditions that are worth holding on to, like you said, like the mailed Christmas letter from the kids and things like that.
Yeah. Well, and you always have to update how you're doing those traditional things, right? I mean, population has increased. We're at 6.3 billion people, something like that, maybe even more.
Last time I counted.
Yeah. So I got to go through my naughty and nice list.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
If you lift off 1 billion, that's a signal to everybody who's been naughty.
There you go.
Exactly. So, anyhow, basically, it's not as it's more magical now. You put the thing in, you post it to Santa, and man, it gets to me right away. So it's that system.
And if we want to talk to you, it's through Zoom.
We do
Right.
we do a lot of Zooming with Santa. Very popular over the last 2 years for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. You want to talk about that a little bit? And
Yeah, I mean it's been a great little service that I've been offering the last 2 years. Gets to talk to plenty of children around the local area and around the world. They call me up and we get to have a little Zoom chat for about 5-10 minutes. So
yeah, there's the new world that is coming right at you. Hello, 2020, 2021, 2022. We're just going to say this decade.
Wash and repeat.
Yeah.
Wash and repeat.
Pretty
Wash and
much.
repeat. Yeah.
Well, for this episode of the podcast, we are grateful that Santa could come on, and we will let you get back to it at the North Pole and get back to making those elves. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know.
I don't make the elves.
The elves make themselves.
Yeah,
We went through
Well,
all
I
this.
mean, I figured that maybe he just snaps his finger and there's one.
We
you
went
know?
through all of
No.
this.
Yeah.
The elves take care of repopulating themselves. It's
Right.
an organic mechanism.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Weird
Do
Do you
sidebar.
need more details?
Yeah.
The elves make the toys. The elves make themselves.
Why does the I do have one question. This is for our YouTube audience. Why does why does Santa wear Grinch colored glasses? And are you and the Grinch on good terms?
I love the Grinch. I love the Grinch. So, and these are my my honorific to the Grinch.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, he you got to think about the fact that his heart grew 3 sizes that day when he turned around and realized that no matter what he did to try and stop Christmas,
Couldn't do it.
he couldn't do it. It didn't matter.
Mm-mm.
He stole everything out of their homes, even the Yule log and the rare roast beast.
That's right.
And still they got out and sang down in Whoville.
And celebrated.
And
And had
Cindy.
joy.
Cindy
did.
Lou Who.
They brought joy.
Wow.
So Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2,
That's right.
was
wow.
able to celebrate with the Grinch
I may need a tissue.
and carve the rare roast beast.
Well, he mentioned Yule log, and I know you found out that KFC's now has brought back their
The
log.
KFC logs. Throw one of those on the fire.
Yeah, so if you run out of Yule log, Santa,
Yeah.
you can get rid of
We,
one of that.
we can have the smell of burning fried chicken in our house.
Hey,
While you wear your Crocs made out of fried
your
chicken.
KFC. Yeah, your chicken-looking Crocs.
Yeah. But I do have to ask you,
Yes.
before I step out of here, what all do you all want for Christmas?
Oh boy.
Mm.
How long you got?
How long is your list?
I feel like Mitch is like video games,
Yeah,
Japanese comics.
Oddly,
Ultraman.
there is some Ultraman stuff on my list this year. Oddly enough, there are no video games this year.
Huh.
But yeah, and I had mentioned in a conversation in the green room before, anybody that's familiar with Jerry Anderson and the Thunderbirds, that kind of marionette animated with miniatures show that was popular before you guys were born.
Nope, because I am not registering any of this.
He also created a couple of live action sci-fi shows, Space 1999 and UFO, which are still amazingly entertaining. But they put together a tech manual for Space 1999. If there's any Trekkies out there watching or listening, they've been doing that with Star Trek for a long time. They publish a tech manual that has like blueprints of the ships and the layouts and the weapons and all of that, the schematics and all that stuff. Well, they did the same thing for Space 1999. That is very high on my Christmas list this year.
All right.
You're
You hear
listening,
that?
right?
I got it.
You're listening, right?
It's right up here.
And
All right.
there's 2 Ultraman DVD box sets.
Okay. All right. Space 1999.
Ultraman.
Textbook. Ultraman. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
take just a big bundle of sleep if you can offer it.
It's that rough dose of parenthood, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll get you.
That's about the only thing on my list. I'll figure everything else out.
Yeah, I can see that, with you. For me, it's more of a vacation, so it's almost in the same vein. But yeah,
You deserve it.
I need to take time off. I was thinking about that on the ride over here. I was like, you know what? I need to go somewhere. But my brain doesn't really shut down. And when you're single and you go on a vacation, like I can go on vacation if I just go home.
Okay, I can think of something to put on his list right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A companion to go on that trip with.
Somebody to
Santa
share
with
these somebody to share these adventures.
That's
with.
right.
That's right.
Somebody to take his mind off of the whole work thing.
That's right.
Thanks, Mitch.
You gotta take a break. And so, can you tell me, do you like long walks on the beach?
Oddly, I don't mind the beach. I'm a beach guy. Long walks, I don't know. I need to kind of maybe depends on the beach.
I'm going to book you a condo.
Oh, really?
All right.
All right, cool.
We're going to be like, get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
You go.
Yeah. The other thing I may need to look into is if you can help out Santa, is like maybe a new car.
Yeah.
I've had
To
a lot
get
of
to
those.
your condo.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those.
wheels.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those problems this year that everybody's kind of like, Jason, when are you gonna take care of that? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, Mitch has been at my house. Thankfully, this is how you score points with Santa to help me literally fix it.
I'm not a mechanic. I don't play one on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always fun to go out into the driveway, get ready to go to a podcast, and you turn the key over and it goes, nothing.
Not
Just
even a click.
Nothing, even a click.
Yeah.
You start simple. Battery,
Yeah.
alternator,
Yeah.
solenoid.
Yeah, well, I'll confess that the simple solution is to remember to turn your car lights off when you get back from the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps.
That helps a whole lot.
Thankfully,
So,
I run on reindeer power.
There
I don't
you
have to
go.
worry
That's
about
true.
that.
Don't have to turn them off.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think zoning in Indiana will let me do that.
Yeah. But well, between the
surprised.
Christmas
That
spirit
would
and
be
reindeer
interesting.
power, we're all good.
Drive past Jason's house. You drive past the driveway, and there's like 8 reindeer all sitting there. What
Yeah.
are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, just give them some carrots and hay.
And the neighbors are going, "What is he doing now?"
Oh, they would we don't have a homeowners association, but now we do.
But reindeer seems very on point with Indiana. Very on brand.
Yeah, I would say it's totally allowed.
Santa Claus, Indiana.
Santa
It's
Claus,
true.
Indiana,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time up there in Holiday World.
Yep. So if anybody from
sunscreen.
Holiday World's listening, you just got a free plug. Hey, just to kind of.
Hey, and look, we've got Santa, guys.
That's true. There you go. We got the end.
That's right.
All right.
And we can do billboards too.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, John, for that plug right there.
Which I guess maybe that goes into the NerdBrand Christmas list.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'd love to have an amusement park, one that's situated maybe nearby,
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
driving distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love working on stuff that's fun and visible, and we get to enjoy the product itself too. That's always a plus.
It'd be great to turn some of that nerd energy and
Yeah.
put it to use for something like that. It's right in
Yeah.
our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. I'm sorry. All right. Well, now you have the list.
Sounds good. I will get working on it.
Yeah.
Get it to the elves.
Go home.
Still got to talk to you about your 99 incident, 1999.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We don't talk about it.
I know.
I don't know
We don't
about-
talk
That's
about
the
it up there
problem.
either. That's that is the problem.
I don't know about it, and I don't think I want to.
I know, but right now there's a lot of people on Google going Jason Davis 99.
They're gonna find something. It's not gonna be you.
And they're gonna go,
Maybe.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's an axe murderer.
is that legal in this state?
You know, I gave up a while back trying to optimize my name on the web because there's an actor named Jason Davis and he's passed away. But, yeah,
Rest in peace.
yeah, he got the nickname Gummy Bear. And I used to work at a place and they just started calling me Gummy Bear. And I'm like, stop. But I worked with a bunch of people that were kind of like internet trolls. So there's that.
Well, we can reinvigorate it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. Next batch of business cards we do for him. Jason, Gummy Bear Davis.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Sounds,
He's the creative director. You have to listen.
he sounds like a blues guitarist.
And so
Ladies and
now
gentlemen,
Mitch
Jason
is making
Gummy
his
Bear
way
Davis.
onto the naughty list.
Yeah. Keep going with that sweater,
And
shirt, whatever.
I just managed to get off of the
I know.
naughty list.
But I did like the reference to the blues guitars because it does sound like a blues guitar.
It does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gummy Bear Davis. Anyway,
All righty. Well,
That wasn't blues at all.
no, that wasn't.
But carry
That
on.
wasn't. That was not a blue. That was
It's
not a
very
blues note.
deliberate.
we'll let you get to it, Santa. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure
Pleasure
having you.
being here.
Yeah.
And there'll be a little something by the Christmas tree for you. So
Like it.
we got you taken care of.
Bourbon.
all right, cool.
Bourbon and cookies.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Bourbon and chocolate chip cookies.
There you go.
All
I
right.
like the way Santa thinks.
Stay tuned out there for the next guest coming on, Mr. Matt Jones. I am so thankful that Santa was here.
That was cool.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
My palms are sweaty.
I've never been that close to him. Not since I was a young boy.
Yeah.
All I know is that I've got something back in 1999 I need to look into.
You keep bringing that up. But
Yeah.
Do you really want to keep bringing that up?
I
You
don't
did
know.
something.
I don't know. I did something, apparently. He knows it. I don't, because I have a short memory. I don't know what I did last week. If you were to ask me, like, hey, what'd you have for lunch yesterday? I'm like, I don't know, something with ham.
That sounds awful.
I don't know something with ham. That's going to be my answer for everything now. I don't know something
I'm
with
gonna start
ham.
using that in client meetings.
Ham and crackers, I think,
know.
maybe.
So much. We're going to have those local concepts. I don't know something with ham.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been doing stuff with ham.
Was there cheese with that ham?
No.
Oh.
No, there actually wasn't. I probably should have thought of that.
Yeah.
But
Natural pairing.
yeah, well.
Ham and Swiss.
Anyway, this episode of the podcast is titled Ho 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 Huh? And we had Santa on. That was great. Now we have our other guest, Matt. We've had you on the show before. You've had some awesome stories to tell.
Yep.
And we're really excited to have you back because we know you've got more, I'm sure. But I want to give you another chance again to kind of take the floor, introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, or remind them in case they don't follow the show.
Sure. So, I'm Matt Jones. I'm a designer, creator, producer. I do a lot of experiential design work. And, right now I'm just kind of hanging out, doing my thing. So it's
Woodworking.
Do a lot of woodworking.
Yeah.
You're a maker.
So I am a maker. I am a maker of things, a tinkerer even. So,
Yeah.
Cool.
making toys, lots of toys.
Wait a minute.
Hint.
That sounds familiar.
It does just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
John.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, for this episode, I think we've all been fans of this show over the years, or known about it at least. I know Mitch, especially probably you quote it quite a bit.
It's so quotable.
But I wanted to kind of kick off the conversation with talking about a holiday that kind of came out of a TV show, Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right.
And kind of get some opinions on that. I'm going to read off a couple of lists, the rules of actually Festivus. This is according to Google. So, I'm sure there's people out there that are going to be listening to this and well, you forgot one. Well, tell Google. And speaking of which, how you tell Google things, if you want to know how to do that, go back and listen to a previous episode that we had with Jason Bernard and explaining how Google's a child and you have to teach it. And it's a very fascinating episode. So there's our plug for a previous show.
Right.
Can check that off the list.
Mm-hmm. Watch the rest of them as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
watch. John's like, watch all of them.
Watch all of them.
Every single
Do nothing
one.
else.
Watch the
You're on Christmas break.
right.
Yeah.
Watch the first episode we did with Matt Jones.
Yeah, because Matt, that whole thing, I still get he put a garage. He put a garage in Jay Leno's garage.
Close.
Yeah.
He put a garage in Jay Leno's kitchen.
Almost.
I'm gonna take another sip of Coke and let you kind of finish and correct that.
Yeah. So, our first episode that you had me on, I spoke about my time with Jay Leno and working with him and his crew, putting a kitchen in his big dog garage out in California. And, it was it was a great experience working with him and his team. And, can't speak highly enough about it. And also getting to look and check out all the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, the cars and the motorcycles, the whole bit. I mean, it was amazing. And the artwork. I mean, I can't remember if I spoke about it or not, but he had the huge matte paintings up around his multiple airplane hangars full of vehicles. And
They were some of them were like classic, old automobile ads blown up is bigger than this wall.
Yeah, they were old magazine covers for old road racing, Le Mans and things like that. And some of them were probably 20 feet tall.
Wow.
I mean, they were massive. It was super cool.
I love the fact that we still have out of the corner of my eye, we still have the whole thing to talk about with KFC's log.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves log.
It's just one of those things that keep coming up. So I guess good for them, because when I was on the way to the studio today, I did catch the KFC on the left side of my eye as I was coming in, and it just and that's what keeps sticking with me, because before we started this, he sends me an email and he says, "Hey, by the way, we got to talk about this," and he's like, and I clicked on it and it's like, oh wait, they're doing this again. This is recent. I thought he was bringing up something old.
It's funny. I mean, there's such recognizability. Recognition. Well, that didn't sound right either. But the experience, the
Stick-to-itiveness.
the KFC experience, the sensory experience of KFC, the smell, the taste, it's so present in everybody's mind. Well, most everybody's mind. That the ability to leverage a quality like that to trigger in people's mind the thing they like about your product and do something like the KFC Fire Log. It's amazing to have a brand that has that much room to play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dunkin' Donuts makes candles, I think, or something.
Really?
Dunkin' Donuts, donut or scented coffee candles. I don't know. Smell is a powerful thing.
Yes, it is.
It's the first sense that you develop outside of the womb.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first one that makes the neural connections outside of the womb.
Fun fact.
That's interesting. And how scent and taste are physiologically related.
Right.
Wow.
Guys, this is a show about branding.
Yeah.
It all comes into play. Smell, taste,
I'm just
flavor.
kidding.
It's all sensory, right?
It's
I mean,
all-
that's all about experiential branding, right?
Absolutely.
You got to
There
hit
you
on
go.
all of those fronts.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People want to, and people,
circle.
yeah, circling back. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate that. Yeah.
I'll be referee anytime.
No problem.
Yeah, and we were getting into the rules of Festivus
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Coming back to Festivus.
Yeah. Coming back to Festivus.
because I'd like to air my grievances right now.
Yeah.
I'll get the pole out of the crawl space.
I think this tree behind Mitch has got an aluminum pole in it, so at least that's a start.
Just strip the branches off of it.
Yeah.
Just tear it apart.
Yeah, or one of the lighting rigs
I
we
find
got.
tinsel distracting.
Yeah. So one of the rules is get a Festivus pole, and one of the things and when doing this and looking at all this stuff up on Google, it was like his instructions on how to do it, which they had to pull this from Seinfeld. They had to that's what was said, so that's what you do. So it says, search your home for an aluminum pole. That's the instructions. That's it.
Search your home.
Yeah. So I mean, how many people are gonna have an aluminum pole? And it says aluminum, like it's that specific. Okay, well.
The man's prepared.
Sorry, I almost brought it.
Really?
I did. But I thought somebody else would have it, so I left it at home. I brought other props.
So when I sent you, so when you got sent these notes, you were like, I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I'm like, I already got this.
He's got the
celebrate
pole.
this.
He's got his grievances.
That's it. I'm all about the feats of strength.
The feats of strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't like meatloaf.
Yeah. That was the one that I didn't really know about. And I mean, it's been a while since I looked at this. It's been years since I haven't seen the show, and I'm not as a diehard fan as you are, Mitch, but the thing that struck me was what you just said, just the meatloaf. That is the meal, is the meatloaf.
I never knew meat. I didn't as big a follower of Seinfeld as I am. I never knew that meatloaf was the
It was the
meal.
It was the meal that was on the table at that episode.
At that episode.
when George brought his boss over to his parents' house. So, I mean, it's
Meatloaf seems like the.
I find your customs fascinating.
And then you get to air your grievances.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Yeah. Everybody's got, before I get to, and of course you brought up, you join in the feats of strength, and then you call all slightly non-routine events Festivus miracles. So
It's a Festivus miracle.
so the routine event of this podcast is a Festivus miracle.
Exactly.
Is that okay?
The fact that we had Santa Claus and then Matt Jones
Yeah.
comes in, but that is a Festivus miracle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, logistically alone, I mean, I'm sure that was tough.
he's a busy man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he had time to come down here.
Did you have a chance to, talk to him before he left?
He went out in a charcoal sploosh, right?
Oh,
Like just
Sploosh.
it was like a sparkle. Like it was just like whoosh.
Poof.
Yeah. Poof, he was gone.
Don't say that.
There's just certain words that just don't come out right, on the air, and I won't go into that. But
You just did.
yeah, well, you know what? This podcast is going to have like so much stuff in it that people are going to be like,
I don't get it.
yeah.
They were into the eggnog before they recorded this one,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah, it was tasty.
Yeah. But and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are laughing and enjoying the entertainment of this episode.
Surely and hopefully.
But surely,
I hope
hopefully.
so.
But it is an experience. You see what I'm doing? And it's actually something that that's what you do. Your background is in that sort of thing.
Right.
So it's marketing to me has always been something that needs to be entertainment, right? In some way. Otherwise you're not going to hold the attention of anyone.
Yep.
So to kind of lead into the experience thing, I always think trade shows, just top of my mind comes to that.
Yep.
And everybody's like looking at me like, did this podcast get really serious? I'm like, well, no, just give it a minute. I'll say something stupid.
We're really going to talk business now.
Yeah, I'll talk about ham and crackers again. Don't worry.
It's surprising me. I wasn't ready for this. Okay.
I know you're looking. I know both of you. I'm looking at John and I'm looking at Matt, and they're both looking at me like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like,
Another Festivus
I'm waiting
miracle.
for I'm waiting for a miracle.
"Yeah. This is how this is how you set them up. This is how you set those up." Other than trade shows, can you talk briefly about like what else could be considered into that vein of experience? I'm not going to say it right.
Yeah,
But-
experiential design. So I mean, so I would say, retail design, right? So when you walk into a store, what is the look and feel, right? You all talk about branding all the time, right? And how your brand has to be consistent, right? Well, your in-store experience needs to match your brand. So, and that is sensory as well. So everything from, what it smells like when you walk in, how the person is greeted when they're walking in, down to if they make a purchase, how the package is handed to them at the end, and how are they sent out the door with a smile on their face and whatever it was that they just bought, right? So those are all brand touch points that all need to be thought through, right? It's not just opening up a storefront and selling your stuff. You have to think through, what is this whole process like? And that's part of the experience.
Yeah, it's more than just slapping your logo on everything.
Exactly.
That's not that in itself is not an experience.
Correct.
It's that unique, unique behavior and unique atmosphere that people enter into when they interact with. It could be a store, it could be a brick and mortar,
Yep.
it could be a it could be an e-commerce website, something like that. Every time they interact with you, it's the same. You meet an expectation with each interaction because you want to be able to replicate that satisfactory experience and that unique experience, because that's what makes people remember you versus someone else.
Right. It's your differentiator. It makes you sticky, and it makes them, as long as you make sure it's a great experience, it makes sure that they come back.
I'm going to steal that. It makes you sticky.
Sticky.
When I think about like walking through the mall too, like there are certain stores that very intentionally do certain things to get you to pay attention or at least remember them. Like, I don't ever really want to go in Bath and Body Works, but I always walk past it and I smell the mountain of scents that come out of there. And I'm like, if I'm into that, you're going to go in there.
Yeah.
Or even like, I don't know, the other store that always does that definitely is a turnoff to me, but it's probably not to a lot of other people, is like Aeropostale and like Abercrombie. You walk past those places, you smell the
the
that's
cologne
very
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? They've got the scent, right? And so that again ties back to that being that neurological first link of your senses. And that's why some of the earliest memories you have as an individual are from scents. So,
See,
and it can take you back too. I mean, I've heard a lot of people, you smell a certain thing, it can take you back to, a person, a lost loved one or a memory, whatever it may be.
To a certain extent, we're kidding about Festivus, but that's the quality about Seinfeld that kept people coming back to it, was that off the wall, yet in some strange sense, a little relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, which is really weird when you think about it, because when you break down the characters of the show, they were very broken people. There was something wrong with these people.
aren't we all?
Well, but
I wasn't gonna really go there, Mitch, with that, because my whole thing later was gonna be like, and see how the podcast kind of rounded out itself. But now Mitch is like finishing with like, we're all broken.
No.
Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Merry freaking Christmas.
I want to come out and say it was our guest who alluded to the fact that we are all broken. It wasn't me.
No, it's Mitch's fault.
But he's right.
Yeah,
He's right. But people came back to Seinfeld because it took them a season or two to get there.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to figure out, we've got something here, but how's this work?
Yeah,
it
what's
just
the
kinda-
story
Just
about
let
nothing
Kramer
going?
loose and you'll have an audience.
Well, that was part of it.
It was. I mean,
But
he
yeah,
came to life.
people had an experience with that show that they wanted, and that any successful TV show is going to be that way. Any successful brand is going to be that way. I'm going to have that satisfying experience. I'm going to get the same endorphin rush every time I interact with that brand, and it's going to be it's going to be unique to that brand.
Yep.
But which goes back in some ways to what I always preach, and that is the fact that you with marketing, with advertising, and with branding to an extent, you have to hit an emotional chord to cause
Yeah.
people to interact deeper with your brand. And, it's again, endorphin rush.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, people want to feel things really strongly right now because, it's been 1 year for the last 2 years.
It's been a year of 2 years.
Yeah. So, and, we do talk about branding a lot, but it always lands in the digital kind of space a bit because of people think logo, first of all, and they never think about the small details like you brought up.
Sure.
I mean, real estate agents will bake cookies in a house when they do a showing for a reason.
Yep.
There's those things to think about. It's the very small thing. And, your branding agency sitting there going like, hey, maybe we do this and make sure we have this done. And that's really what we're doing. And we're providing the digital pieces as well, but we're that brain in the room that goes like, you know what? This place smells like a Foot Locker. Let's put some, somebody light a candle from Dunkin' Donuts. See how I rounded that back?
I get it.
Or put on a KFC log.
Right.
KFC log. So see, there was a theme that I had in my head, and I knew if I just kept poking at it, the rest of y'all would be like, "Oh, we got."
I was waiting for you to work at Meatloaf.
It's another Festivus miracle.
That's right.
I cannot. My mom, God bless her, she'll cook meatloaf, and at some point in my life, I don't know, I quit eating it. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I love Meatloaf.
Yeah.
It depends on who makes it. My best friend in high school, I go over to his house, have dinner sometimes, and I don't know what that woman did because I've never had meatloaf like it before, but it was incredible.
Yeah. Doing the chapters on this episode, and I can't imagine.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Robert. Click the edit. He's already like, it's a Tuesday. We're fine. And it's not a Tuesday. It's a Friday. Speaking of which, we are so happy that it is a Friday. We all made it to the end of the week. And, Matt, I'm really glad that you agreed to come back out because, I was a little worried. You were like, man, I don't know.
After that last time.
Yeah, no, this is a good time. I always have a good time with you all and all the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
Meatloaf.
We're all passionate about branding and how we can help people and bring their business and brand to life. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean,
like you said, it's more than just slapping a logo or throwing up a website. It's those experiential elements, but it's visual or,
Auditory,
heard or smelled, tasted. It all goes into that. It's all part of that mix.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you can get like all 5 of the senses, man, you're really rocking.
Well, if you're a candle store, I don't know if people care much how it tastes.
No, that's true. Or,
Just a little waxy.
I'm just gonna let this one. I'm just gonna be quiet right now, and I'm gonna let you finish that because as soon as you went,
That's
I was
all I
like,
needed to
all
say.
right.
Well,
I got it.
Well, my brain immediately went to Anchorman. I ate a candle.
All right,
See how our brains work here, folks. It's frightening.
We are good at some stuff.
Yeah,
There are some things we do good.
And this is the point of the show where it does go off the rails, and I just say, you know what, that's the way it goes.
Let it roll.
But thank you, Matt, for being on with us, and we always love having you guests, and we do look forward to having you on future episodes as well because there's just so much I know that nobody thinks of, like what you just brought up today about the senses and things like that. That's something that's important. So I appreciate your time being on the show. Everybody out there, you can find us at nerdbrandagency.com/podcast. You can subscribe on YouTube. You cannot use the dislike button because YouTube's mad about people disliking stuff.
You can like it, but don't you dare tell somebody you didn't like it.
Yeah, but you can leave a comment. Mitch has a request for our listeners.
Yeah, when you do leave a comment, leave a compliment, constructive criticism. If you have questions for any of us about marketing, branding, advertising, throw it out there. We'd love to take some of those questions and answer them, on the show. Or if you have ideas about a topic maybe we haven't covered that you'd like to hear us talk about, do that too.
Yep.
And ring the bell.
Yes, click the bell. So make sure you do all the things that the peoples on YouTube say that you see every day. That happens. That's the same for us as well. And you can follow us on social media everywhere at NerdBrand Agency. And if you leave a comment or do something on there, Jonathan is the one that you're probably most likely interacting with.
I won't yell at you.
Yeah, he's very nice.
I'll hide it if it's mean. And you'll never know.
That's right. That's right.
All right. And with that, again, thanks everybody out there for listening. Thank
Merry
you, Matt,
Christmas.
for being with us. Merry Christmas
Merry
to all.
Christmas.
Happy
holidays.
Happy Festivus.
Yeah.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Exactly. And remember, keep your nerd brand strong.
Let's wrestle.